there today, yes.
What time did you get there?
Today I got there about 7:10 in the morning.
In the morning? You were there all day?
I've been there all day, yeah.
Okay.
What time does school start?
School starts at 7:40. The bell rings around 7:34, the first bell.
What time does it end?
The school finishes at 2:40.
Okay.
What can you tell us? What did you hear? What did you see?
Well, at 2:10, I go out to, I patrol the front of the school all day.
So you do security also?
I'm security in front of the school all day. I watch the parking lots, make sure kids ain't trying to run and jump the gates, or people trying to get on campus that ain't supposed to be. I lock up all the gates in the front. If they got to come in, then they call on the radio and I'll go open up the gate. Or like I know the UPS guy and the FedEx guy, I just ride over and let them in until they can drop off their things. So at 2:10 every day at 2:10, I close off the front of the school with cones so the parents can't come in because there's no more sign outs after 2:10. They can't sign the kids out.
It's just dismissals.
It's just dismissals after that. So I close off the front of the school. That's like right here. I close off the front of the school so then the parents can't come in, and the loop is right here where they pick up. So I close off the front of the school so if there is like a fire or something.
When you say the front of the school, we're talking about
east side of Pine Island.
East side of Pine Island.
Of Pine Island.
What's that? Coral.
That's Pine Island. That's Coral.
Oh.
It's Coral Springs Drive in Coral Springs, but in Parkland it turns back to Pine Island.
Okay.
So off of Pine Island, so Pine Island is right here. I'm on the east side. I close off the front of the school, so if there is a fire or something at a time, the fire truck can come roll right in. There ain't no cars blocking them off because at 2:30, that loop is all full and ain't nobody getting in there. Those parents, Parkland parents, they come, they think they own the place. So we close off the front. It was a method that we came up with. So emergency situation we have. So I close off the front. So at 2:10 I came up and I closed off the front. I close off the front of the school, and then after I close off the front, I come out, and then I start unlocking the gates for the kids to walk
your
off.
routine every day?
Every day is this is the way it goes. If I don't open them then, I won't have time to get. It'll be delayed. It'll be so. 2:10 I get out there, and then I wait till about 2. I put the cones up, and then I go take off. There's another set of cones for this parking lot, so then I go do that, and then I go around, and then I start opening up the back gate for the buses to start coming in. So then, I open that up. So I opened that up. Once I opened all those up, I came to the north side of the school and opened up this. There's a gate here for the bike rack by the band where the kids can get out. And then there's another one, a gate up here in the front of the school, right off of Pine Island as well. So I opened up this one, ran over here, opened up that one, came to the street, came back to my post to the front. So if like an AP comes or somebody and they go, hey, we got to get into school, we have a meeting with a principal or meeting with somebody, I can pop the cones and then I can get. So while I'm up there talking about maybe like, we're talking about like 2:20, somewhere in that area, 2:20, I observe an Uber park and I observe the suspect come out of the Uber.
How do you know it was an Uber?
Because the sign on the window.
What kind of car was it?
It was like a goldish color, maybe a Honda CRV or a Kia Sportage. It was one of those little SUVs, the mini small SUVs. So it was like a CRV or it was a goldish color, and older lady driving it. He was in the back seat. So Ubers all day. That's like Uber City around that area. So I saw the sign in the front. I saw the Uber. He got out of the car. There was, I'm peeping him from my golf cart, to the left. There was no communication with the driver or anything. He just got out.
Black, white?
White one. He pulled out. He came. He's walking, head down, got a black bag in his hand here, and kind of like a backpack. Burgundy shirt, black pants, hat. He's got his head down. He's walking in.
What color hat?
Black hat.
Black hat, burgundy top.
Black hat, burgundy top, and black pants.
Pants or shorts?
Pants, long pants. So at that time, I'm over here. He's coming in like over here. So he's beelining. He's got a little speed on him.
Coming across.
He's coming across. Yeah, because this is the parking lot, and the building where he entered was like over here. So I'm like over here, and he entered the gate this way. So he's beelining.
What's that street there that you're talking about?
This not a street. He's in the school. This is Pine Island right here.
Okay.
So he's coming on the school campus. The Holmberg.
Okay, so he's
is out
just
here.
south of Holmberg.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
just south of Holmberg, walking on the campus through the bike rack gate. So he starts coming. He's beelining. He's got his head down. He's on a mission. He's on a mission.
He's walking with a purpose.
He's walking with a purpose. So I peep it. So I get on the golf court and I whoop and I come around this way back, to the loop where the school is, because I can get in through this gate that's over here. So I'm coming this way and he's right here. By the time I get over here, I see him. He's picking up more speed. I gotta go. So when I see him pick up more speed, I quickly called my security guard guy who's in the 1200 building, and I said, Coach Taylor, got a suspicious subject on campus, got a black bag on in his hands. Keep your eyes open because I think he's going into your building. So, careful, keep your eyes open, you know what I mean? And he's like, what side? So I said, he's coming in through the east side. So right when he started, and then right when I said he's coming in through the east side, he goes, 10-4, I'm going to come down the west side, the other side of the building, to see if I can see him when he kind of comes in. So, 10-4. So when I'm coming on my golf cart, I get to where he's at. He sees my golf cart and he starts running to the building, inside the building. Right when he starts running inside the building, I'm naive. I'm kind of chasing him to go get, pull up in front of the building to go in and see what he's kind of doing. Dude, I'm talking about, he ran in and not even a minute after he was in, I heard the first bang, like, bah! And I'm like, oh, right? I'm like, what? So I got back in the golf cart. I'm starting to turn. I'm getting out. And then I hear pop, 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 pop. I'm going beeline to go get the deputy who's in the front of, he's in the front of school at his, So I turn around and I get on the radio. I go, suspicious noises coming out. I don't know yet. I'm not going to say gunshots. You never know, man. Maybe it could be a kid hitting. That's crazy. Like the kids do. So I'm like, suspicious noises coming out of the 1200 building. I don't know what's going on. We got a suspicious guy on the radio. So when I'm coming to get the deputy, he's already walking out of the thing, like ready to come down. So I pick him up on my golf cart, and then somebody yells on the radio, "Oh, it sounds like fireworks!" And somebody said, "Those ain't fireworks." And once we get to the front by the building, we hear the shots again. Pop, pop, pop. That's when the deputy was like, "Get out of here!" And he jumped off and he ran to his own way. And he told me just to go back to the front of the school. So then once I got back to the front of the school, and I knew the kid. I knew the kid from the school from last year. We had problems with Nicholas Cruz. I knew the kid. I knew him. I saw him.
When did you realize that you knew him?
When he walked on, like right when he walked on, and I saw him with the hat down, and I came to the golf cart, and he was walking beeline, and I got to like right here, and he gave me the look, like he looked back at me to see where I was there, and once he looked, I was like, bing, I knew it. As soon as I saw him, I said, that's Nick. I didn't know his name at the time, but I'm texting all the security guys. Who's the kid who used to wear camo mask? Who used to wear the camo? Who used to do this? Who used to be crazy? I'm trying to text all the guys to get his name so I can give it to the BSOs. Then one of my guys said Nick. Then I went to the AP and I said, you remember Nick? Who's that? He said Nick Cruz. Boom. And once he said it, I knew it. I'm telling you, I knew who the kid was because we had a meeting about him last year, and we said if there's going to be anybody who's going to come to this school and shoot the school up, it's going to be that kid. Because he had problems with everybody, like all the security people. He was like one of those kids that he was rebellious. He had 666 on his book bag. He had the Jewish swatch. He had all that crazy stuff. So they got rid of him out of the school. They withdrew him out of the school because he had issues, So
all the signs were there.
All the signs were there, so they got rid of him. And once I saw him come up, but the only thing that I didn't really go crazy about a gun or something, because he had a pretty big bag in it, and it didn't look like a gun bag. It just looked like a nice size kind of like duffel bag. You know what I mean? And a lot of kids at the school bring those bags for ROTC. They carry their little thing, color guard that they flip up kind of thing. They always come on with those kind of bags. So, but when he started running, I already knew.
And you said once he made it into the building, not even a minute later, you still hear the
I'm telling you, wasn't even a minute later when he got in that building, I heard the first bang, bam.
How many bangs do you think you heard?
I heard 15 bangs. After the first bang, I heard at least 15 bangs after that. Bah, 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 bah. And then, bah, 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 bah. And then it was like 3 sessions of like five shots over, and it was loud. Like you could kind of feel the percussion coming out of that building, the echo coming out of the doors of the building. It was loud. It was kind of surreal to really hear, because to hear that noise, it ain't a firecracker noise. It wasn't like somebody banging. It was something different, and that's when I was like, there's something going wrong. But I wasn't gonna yell a code black or code red because I didn't actually visualize a gun, and I didn't really see the shots. So I'm not. We've been doing this training at the school. Don't yell it unless you actually get a good visual, because you go code black, they shut the whole. You get all those cops out there for nothing. Then I don't want to be the guy who caused that. But once I heard the shots, I told the deputy, there's some crazy shots going on. And when he heard the shots, that's when he was like, we got a shooter on campus. and then after that I went to the front, and then the cops called me from the front. They made me
Did you
go
ever
down.
see him exit? Did you ever see him?
No. Once he went in the building, then after that they just did the communications with on the radio. They were on the cameras finding out which way he went or whatever like that, and he exited the opposite side of the building. And
Did you see the cameras or?
no, I didn't get to see any cameras or anything like that. They had us all out. Once we got out, I couldn't get back inside. So everything was just on our radios of the deputies talking to the guys and where he went and what he was doing inside. and
So
all
you
that.
said, I know you had said this, so he's always had.
He's been having issues. He's had issues since he's been at the school. He's always had like just crazy. He used to wear like the fishing camo kind of mask,
Okay.
and he used to hide behind like poles. And when people walk by, he'd be like, ah! He would like to kind of scare them. And
Okay.
we got a report. Oh, kid with a mask on scaring everybody. I had to go pull up and pick him up and take him to the office and be like, hey, dude, we had to talk to him. You can't be doing that. You can't be wearing masks in the school. You scare people.
Any violence, any
Huh?
fights, any?
Not that I know of any fight, but a lot of like racist stuff, you know, because he had 666 on his bag. He had the little Jewish swastika on his
Who
bag.
didn't he like? Who was he racist against?
People that didn't want in his like vibe. He wasn't racist to like blacks or white. He was racist to anybody who wanted with his little vibe. You know what I mean? He always wore the camos. He always wore black. He was that kid, and we always was watching him. You know, like it was one of those kids that we always kept an eye on. You see him in the hallways. You see him out. Call us up. Let's get him to the office. Let's do that. And until they got withdrew him last year because he just was just problems. You know, he just kept giving those little problems. So they finally withdrew him last year. And I knew he wasn't there this year. So when I saw him walk on campus, it was night and day for me when I saw him. Especially when I had a feeling when I saw him, and then when he looked back at me and I made eye contact with him, I said, that's him. That's Nick. Well, I didn't know his name at the time, but that's.
But
Crazy,
you know that
crazy
to be
boy.
the
That's crazy boy.
So
Yeah.
you had one bag.
He had one bag in the right hand
And a
and
backpack.
And a backpack. Yeah.
Anything sticking out of either one of those bags?
No, not that I saw. And to be honest, something inside me told me not to approach him. Something told me don't go running over there and chase him.
You're no hero.
Yeah. Something inside me just say report like do what we've been taught. Report it. Because I was ready to go get him, like I was ready to go be the guy and just go get him. But then something, right when I was pulling up in the golf cart, and then he looked back, something was like, just let him go and report it. Make sure your boy inside is good. So that's when I got on the radio and said, hey, suspicious guy. It was Coach Taylor. He was inside. So I called on the radio, Coach Taylor, be careful because the suspicious kid coming inside that building. We got
And Coach Taylor, what does he teach?
Coach Taylor's he's a campus monitor just like me. He just runs that building. That's his building. So he was on the second. He's usually on the second floor.
Have you spoken to him?
I've spoken to him. Yeah, he's doing okay. Well, once he heard the radio. He said he came down the west side. When he came down the west side, he saw the kid entering and going right up the stairs. When he was walking halfway down the hallway, he heard the shots and he ran right into a janitor's closet that was right there. Like that's what where our training was. Go in, lock in, close all the doors because in Sandy Hook, supposedly the guy opened up the doors and. One door was locked, the other door was locked, and then the third door that was open. Then he just went in there, and so we got all the doors locked in the school. We've been doing training for this for the last 2 weeks. So
wow.
and it kind of like
Did you have
came to play today.
Fire alarm today?
We had a fire alarm this morning, a practice fire alarm as well, just so we've been working on it, trying to see how the exit.
Did y'all have any other fire alarms that went off after?
No, just when he threw the smoke alarm, when he threw a smoke bomb in the building and the fire alarm.
Oh,
went off.
he did throw a smoke bomb?
Yeah, he threw a smoke bomb. He put a gas mask on and threw a smoke bomb. That was the first thing he did.
On the first floor?
On the first floor.
Okay.
Or on the one of the stairwell or the first floor. On the way up, first thing he did was throw the smoke bomb. He put the mask
How do you
on.
know that?
They said that over the radio. That they saw that on the cameras.
Yeah.
It was the first thing he did. He put the mask on. He threw the smoke bomb, and then he started shooting.
Is there anything else you think would be important to this investigation? Or might it be?
That's all I got. That's all I saw. And then after that, they took me in with the rest of the VSOs, and they kept us in that little area. And then I went to the headquarters, and since I was the one who peeped them, and I knew they wanted, to identify the photo and get the name, and so I got them the name, they got the photo, and then we put it together, and then they called them down the block, and then I went to go ID them, and then it
Also, you were one of the ones that ID.
Yeah, it was 100% ID. Like
He was still wearing the same clothes.
same clothes, everything.
Was he
Looking
carrying
wild.
any of the bags or?
Nah, they had him on the ground already. He blended in with the kids when the kids were all evacuating. Supposedly he threw the stuff in. They got him on the camera putting his stuff in the building where he came out, and he just ran with the rest of the kids and blended in with the rest of the kids, and that finally got himself out too.
You familiar with that area up there?
Yes, very familiar.
Do you know where you ID'd him?
Where I ID'd him at?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where?
I ID'd him off of Wyndham Lakes in a community. I think it's called Pelican Trails or Pelican Point.
Okay.
Right off Wyndham Lakes and Coral Ridge Drive.
How far is that from the school?
From the school, maybe like 8 minutes.
8 minutes walking, 8 minutes
Oh,
running.
walking probably half hour, 8 minutes in the car. So about 8 minutes in the car and about maybe
So
20 minutes,
so
half
he was
hour
quite
walk.
distance.
Yeah. For him to get where he was at, he was running. He must have been motoring, because there's a lake that goes all the way to Coral Ridge. So there's no way he can cross this way. He had to come out of the middle school that was there, walk along the main road, get to where that Walmart's at, way out there, and he got caught like way over here. So he
To the west?
I mean to the southwest.
Southwest.
He got caught way southwest from, and the school's over here. He got caught way. So he did a lot of running and trying to get away, because to get where he was at, unless he had help. But other than that, he did a lot of running to
Did
get
you
away.
come in by himself?
He came in by himself, so that's all. Nobody else was with him.
And it was an Uber driver.
It was an Uber driver. The car came and dropped him off.
Did you happen to notice the Uber driver?
Old lady,
White, black,
white, old lady, brown hair.
Okay. Anything distinct about the car?
That this was like the smaller SUV.
I get that.
Yeah, and it had that goldish
No
color.
tint, no pinstripe.
No tint, straight color, and it was that gold, that gold color. Older car, no shiny paint. It was like a dullish gold, like that dull gold. And I saw because usually the parents all park, so all the cars are lined up outside, and then the traffic flows, So I'm sitting there, and the only reason why I noticed it because the car stopped, and then I saw him exit the car, and that's why I was like, hold up.
The car stopped on Pine Island?
Pine Island Road, yeah.
Any cameras reach out there?
No, I don't think so. No.
How long do you think he was in there? The shooting went on for.
Man, that shooting probably went on about like 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And then after that, it was just the chaos after that. Because then there was no shots after that. Everything was just like, where is he at? Where is he here? Where is he here? And then he ran out and started blending in with the...
Is there anything else?
Other than that, that's all I got. That's just what I saw. That's just what happened from my point of view. I really wish I would have stopped them before and we would have saved others. But I really was nothing I can do about that. I was just doing my job of what they trained us to do.
You do it. Family don't hear you have to get home to your family too.
Yeah,
It's a sad situation.
If I would have, there's nothing really I can do after that. I did what I had to do. Something told me don't approach him. Like I don't know if he had a handgun. Maybe he could have had a handgun in the pocket. And if that gate wasn't open, I'm first one dead because I'm out front. So if he can't get in through there, he gonna come in the front. So I would have been dead. He would have killed everybody in the office because there's only one way in.
You're the first one.
I'm the first one to see. So he gonna come in. He would have laid me out, and then he would.
So what door did he go in through?
He went through he went into the 1200 building.
And the doors are unlocked.
Those doors are unlocked. They're not yet because those were the kids. Those are the main entrance to the building. So you can't really lock those doors because then the kids can't get in. So. And we don't have the personnel to put one guy on one side, one guy on the other side. So it was just one of those situations that.
Did we force you to speak to us?
No.
Did we threaten you, promise you anything?
No.
And everything is to the best of your recollection.
That's down to the T of everything that I saw and everything that I heard.
Okay.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
patience
guys.
and thank you for waiting.